Hi Ravens, how are we all doing? Please excuse the lighting in this video. I'm still kind of adjusting to having a backdrop. And I've got my ring light on because it's got dark, and now I'm having issues with reflection. I haven't got my settings right. Also, the other reason why I haven't got my glasses on is because the ring light is here and it's just a mess. So we are still in March. I have no clue what the date is by the time this video goes out, but we are on review month. So I'm doing a month of reviews on accessories to help kind of add to outfits or just things I found. And today I have a fabulous item again. Couple of items actually to show you, but you'll see what I mean when I say items. It's a bit difficult to describe. So I have been looking for years, and being plus size, it's very difficult to get things. If you have, you know, big arms or big legs or whatever, it's very difficult to find things that you know work. And I've always been a fan of the short dress and knee-high sock kind of look. Not been able to get that look because my legs are quite large. Was a dancer for many years, so I have very well developed calf muscles. I mean, big calf muscles. I can't even get high leg boots to fit me. I was also a swimmer, which again just built more and more muscle. And then after my accident where I damaged my back, I've gained weight and my legs have just grown. They are solid. It's not fat, they are muscle. I actually had somebody I work with tell me I've got the biggest calf muscles they've ever seen, and they are solid muscle. So I find it very hard to buy socks in general. I mean, the ankle socks that I get to go to the gym, I buy from Yours Clothing, and they're made for people with larger legs, and even after a while they start cutting in. So to find anything that's knee-high, or, you know, even trousers are a problem. So how the hell I'm going to get into socks? And when you've got brands like Killstar and, you know, all these sock companies that bring out these things, they don't fit everybody. So I found a company, quite by chance. I was looking through and I thought, oh, this looks good. And I thought I would give them a go. And I have to say they have become one of my new favourite accessories. Certainly for this year, you are going to see a lot of them. I'm hoping they're the sort of thing I can wear in the summer with kind of natural tights underneath, or as I've gone out today with fishnets as well. I will put pictures in. I'm filming and I've managed to get pictures on the day that I've worn them. So I'm really excited about this. This is a company based in America, and they are a small company owned by two ladies, I believe. I don't know much about them. I have tried to look up, and I have been in contact with them, and they are lovely. But they are two ladies in America who are, I don't know if I'm being politically correct when I say this, they are a person of colour, they are black, it's a black owned shop. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know anymore. I don't know, it changes like the weather, what I'm allowed to say. You know, anyway, two ladies, dark skinned ladies in America who own this store, and it is called Thunda Thighs. Now, it's spelt with an A and not an ER at the end of Thunda, and it's two words. You can look them up on Facebook. All their links will be below. They're on Instagram, Facebook. They have a website. And they're not the cheapest thing in the world. They're really not. But I think they are definitely worth the money. Now, as you know, in 2021, I nearly said 2020 then. In 2021, I have been on a no clothes buying thing. And I haven't bought anything. I have bought clothing accessories. So you would have seen in a previous review, because I'm not sure when this one's going up, whether it's the week after or 3 weeks. I don't know. However, you will see that I did some collar accessories. I don't see those strictly as clothing. I see them as fashion accessories. These, again, I'm going to let myself away with. So originally I wanted to purchase them in the end of November, beginning of December, but they were out of stock of what I wanted. So I had to wait. And I did message them at the end of December and said, you know, when are these going to be back in stock? Because I'd really want them. And she went, a couple of weeks' time. And I messaged again and she went, yeah, definitely, they're coming back in this week. Keep an eye out. And they are plus size, thigh high socks. You heard it, girls. Plus size, thigh high. They pride themselves on the fact that the stretch in the top of their socks goes to 37.5 inches. Inches. That's, I mean, they fit my thighs, and my thighs are huge. And when you go into places like, I mean, even the ones that Killstar wear, they're like drain pipes. They say they stretch, they don't. They're like little ones. These, they're massive. They are absolutely huge. And you still can't see through them. Well, a little bit. But that's their maximum stretch. I mean, wow. So these are their thigh-high socks. Now, I'm hoping you can be able to see them. They obviously come as a pair. I have worn these around the house. You will have seen them on my Instagram. I have worn them with shorts around the house and a baggy jumper. If I'm having a lazy day, and I have... So let me explain. Before I get too far into this and end up jumping around and waffling. So yes, I am plus size. I am plus size partly by genetics, for those of you who don't know me, and partly through injury. So I had a very bad fall in my early 20s, and I cracked 8 vertebrae in my spine, and I went from being exceptionally active and having weight issues, but managing those weight issues, to suddenly being flat on my back and not being able to do anything and hardly walk. And it took me quite a while to be able to be active in any way again. I mean, yes, I was taking very, very slow ginger walks to work every morning, but I wasn't able to run up and down stairs at work. I was literally in one spot all day until I had to go home or had to go to the toilet. So yeah, everything was kind of static. My life became very static. I couldn't walk into town. I couldn't drive. I couldn't go out in the evenings. I couldn't do much. I was literally either at work, where I was sat in a chair which they purchased for me to help me get up and down. It was a hydraulic one. Or I was flat in bed because I couldn't stand for long periods. If I walked, it hurt, and I mean really hurt. And the pain lasted for quite a few years. Now, because of that, obviously going to the gym, swimming was extremely painful. Going to the gym on my own was, you know, it just wasn't going to happen. I did try and swim where I could, but I didn't have much use of my lower limbs if I was on my own. So it was a bit of a problem. So because of that, I went from being very active and managing my weight to suddenly being very static and not being able to manage it through, you know, exercise and being active. Back, that says I was in my 20s, so you're talking 20 years ago. Back about 3, 4, probably about 6 years ago now, I had to move into a temporary house. Where I was moving to I couldn't find out where I wanted to move to, and where I was moving out of, I had to leave. So I went to stay in a flat, and I had a fall with the stairs, and I damaged my leg very badly. My lower leg was twice its normal size. It was very painful, and it's left it with damage that I can see. I know it's bigger than the other leg. And you know, it's when you've got that kind of damage that you can't do anything with, buying things like socks, leggings, it can start to be a problem. So if I am sat for too long, my leg will swell. And if I've got ankle socks on that are a little bit too tight, they dig in and they cut off the circulation. If I have tights that have creased in my ankle or my knee, that can cause a problem. And leggings at the base, that can cause a problem. With that being said, I still need to keep my legs warm to keep the circulation there because of the damage in this particular leg. So having these socks has been, in the last few weeks, a godsend. Not just because they look amazing and they're really comfortable, but because they keep my legs warm without constricting them. Because of the amount of stretch that they have, I'm not restricted in any way when I wear these. I'm really comfortable. They don't give me circulation issues. But to find something like this in plus size, I mean, this is just beyond amazing. They are an acrylic based wool, which means they keep their stretch and they don't go saggy. Anyone who knows, if you work with wool, after a while it loses its structure as soon as you get it wet. These, obviously, the first time you wear them, will lose a little bit of their tightness, I suppose, but not to the point where they lose their shape. So these are, I've probably worn these 7 or 8 times. I've washed them. I have 2 pairs, both plain black. I've washed them. I have worn them for a couple of days and washed them. And they literally go back to the same size they were when I purchased them. Now, being that kind of acrylic, it keeps the elastane, it keeps that structure, which is kind of what you want, because if you're plus size anyway, you may find, like I do, when I pull them up to my thighs, they're going to roll down, because if you're plus size, your thighs are probably angled in some way, and, you know, they're likely to roll. I don't have an issue with this. I did wear them out where my first test with them was walking, and I cannot wear them up on my thighs if I'm walking. If I'm around the house and I'm just laid on the sofa or whatever, or I'm doing something and I'm sat down, I can pull them up. Because I'm in one position, they're fine. If I walk in them, they're not going to stay up. I tend to wear them, if I'm walking, I will literally just fold down the tops, like you've probably seen on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, please do. This is where you're going to see all this stuff I talk about. I fold them down twice and I wear them so as they come up just above my knee, and then I find they stay where I need them to be. So, like I said, I've bought 2 pairs. Yes, I bought them this year, even though I'm on a clothing ban, but I don't consider them clothing. I consider them part of my kind of underwear, garments. They're socks. You know, everyone needs to wear socks. The fact they're thigh high, I feel like I'm over justifying buying myself some socks. I shouldn't have to. Anyway, I would have bought them last year had they been in stock. They do these. I mean, look at the length of them. They are, I can't even get them on screen. So you have a tight-ish, it's not tight, it's really, really soft. They're really thick as well. So you have a tighter woven knitted foot with a heel piece, as you would get in any other sock. They have a slightly smaller, don't know if you can see, they kind of narrower piece here that goes around the ankle. And then literally that piece on me, when I've got it, I mean, I've got a pair on at the moment, so that narrower piece on me is, about that deep. So you're looking at just the lower part of the leg, literally from where your foot attaches to your leg at the ankle. And I know this sounds daft, but where the crease is, if you were stood flat, imagine that's the base of my foot, literally from here to about here, about that much of my leg is the narrower part. And then they have this full stretch of fabric. So the knit from here, you know, there's your heel and small amount, and then this is all stretchy right the way up to the top. and they'd stretch around my legs perfectly. My legs are big and it is really hard. I found a pair of a boot company once called Legroom in the UK, and they did, I think it was 7, might have been 5, but they did an awful lot of different calf widths, and they would have extra elastic in them as well as on the calf. And I think once they fitted me, and then they stopped doing this particular size, and that's it. I couldn't wear knee-high boots anymore. But if I had knee-high boots and these, oh my God, I would be so happy. But until then, I will just cope with the socks and New Rocks because they're just as good. But they are wool, they are fabric, they don't itch. They're not, although they're quite fluffy, they're not the kind of irritant socks that you can get. I don't find them irritating in any way. They do tend to roll at the edges, so they're not, they don't change and have like a rib at the top. So there's no, when you get a sock, am I exceptionally waffly today? I'm sorry. When you have a sock, you have like a band around the top, don't you, that kind of holds the sock up from the rest of it. These don't have that band, and because they don't have that band, it gives them that full stretch right the way to the top of the sock. Now, because they don't have that band, they are going to naturally just curl over at the tops. So these already, they curl over very, very slightly. Like I said, I wear mine folded over anyway, so I don't have a problem. But not only do they sell these socks in pretty much every colour under the sun, they have just announced that they are bringing out neon. They're going to bring out 3 shades of neon. There was something on their Instagram story about, voting for 3 shades of neon out of 5. So I think they had pink, orange, a darker green, a lighter green and yellow. So they've been asking people to vote on which ones they would prefer, which is fab. They're asking their audience what they want. But they do them in mustard, maroon, blue, green, beige, grey, purple, I think they do, black, white, and then they have ones with the stripes around the top, which is I'm tempted with, but I'm glad I haven't bought them yet, purely because of the fact I'm wearing them rolled down so much. I think what I might do is when I lose weight, if I get to the point where they do stay up on their own, without having to be folded, then I will buy the striped ones then, because otherwise it just seems a bit of a waste that you're not going to see that. But they have black with white stripes, they have white with red stripes, they have white with black stripes. I think that's all they've got in striped. I've got a vague feeling I saw white and blue striped, but it's just the 2 banded stripes at the top. The other thing they do, however, which I thought was also brilliant. Oh, we have a kitty bobble invasion. Hello, Miss Moo. Hello. You saying hi? Yeah? I don't know if you can hear her saying hello, but she's saying hello. Oh, and we've got another kitty bobble. Hello. Oh, double kitty bobble invasion. Double kitty bobbles. Double kitty bobbles. There we go. Try not to show you where my backdrop is. There we go. But yeah, going back to Thunda thighs, the other thing they do is leg garters. So these are thick, elastic garters that clip like this, and then you pop them on and you fold the top of the socks just over the top by about 1 inch, and these are meant to hold them up. Now, unfortunately, even on their tightest setting, because of the way my legs are and because my skin, because I wear them over thin tights, these still don't work for me. But they do work as normal leg garters. So if I've got leggings on, I can pop these on and make these an accessory. So I've not wasted my money by purchasing them. They are fully adjustable. So they have a little hook clip here, just a little hook it in thing. It works perfectly. They don't come undone. But they have a little snap clip here where you can, she says, undo them. So you can make them longer. You just pull that back. There you go. Make it longer or shorter. Now, I have had them on the tightest one, and they still don't hold my socks up for some reason, but they are not a waste. Like I said, I can wear these. I could probably wear them as an armband if I wanted to, hang something off it. I could wear them as, like I said, leg garters over leggings, anything to just make, you know, an outfit a little bit more exciting. So I don't feel that I've wasted my money with those. They will get use. But these socks are phenomenal. They are soft. They are cosy. They are truly thigh high. Now, I'm 5'7", and they come right up. Literally right up. They are almost, well, they cover the inside of my legs completely from floor to top. If they were pulled up and they would stay up, that's where they would sit. Like I said, I do wear mine just above the knee, and that's perfect for me. Even to just use them as knee-high socks is still just as good as far as I'm concerned, because I'm really, really happy with them. Can you tell? So these did, like I said, these did come from the States. And with everything going on in the world at the moment, I didn't know how long they would take. I didn't know whether I would get customs charges. I never know if I'm going to get customs charges, because I buy some things and I won't, and then I'll get something else and I will. So I get really confused with customs. But I paid, got to remember how much it was now. The socks were $28.50 each, and I bought 2 pairs. And then I purchased the pair of garters on top, and I can't remember, I think they were $25, but don't quote me on that. But they're made really, really well. I love that the hardware is silver and not gold. I like the fact that they're just so simple to use. They're really comfortable. They're just a great little item. And like I said, even if I don't use them for my socks at the moment, and I probably will in time, but if I'm not using thigh socks, I can use them for other things. I could probably lend it to a friend as a belt if I needed to. I mean, Christ, Sean's tiny. Probably fit her as a belt. Yeah, that would probably fit her as a belt, even extending it a little bit. So they have their use. But yeah, the socks were $28.50, and I think the garters were $25. And with shipping, I think it came to $97 in total, or around there, with taxes and everything else. Because when I find when you buy from the States, they add tax on at the end, whereas when we buy something, the tax is already included, like our VAT. So you purchase it and then you pay tax, and then it's all added up. So I think it came to about $97, which when I paid for it was about £78, £79. So £79, 3 items, you're looking at what, 25, £26 an item? Are they worth £26? I think so. If, you know, to find something that fits, they're durable. These have been washed. They've been worn pretty much every day since I've had them. And I've had them, I ordered them in early January, and I think they arrived about 3 weeks later, which is about average for America. I didn't pay customs on them, so I didn't have to pay any extra on top of what I paid. And yeah, I've been wearing them pretty much for a month, almost every single day. The only time I haven't worn them has been the last few days I've been in work. But when I'm at home, I've got them on because they are just so comfortable, and they're certainly helping with my leg circulation. They are obviously a fashion item, but I have seen on the Thunda Thighs Instagram loads of people posting up, and they share a lot of their customers' photos as well. And you see people wearing them doing yoga or Pilates, and they stay in place. So they are definitely a well-loved item by everyone who's purchased them so far. I am really pleased with them. I wish I could show you them a little bit better on camera, but there's not really much to tell you. They are just socks. Very long, very comfortable, very, very stretchy, woolly socks. And again, amazing customer service. I have contacted them a few times because they came in a plastic bag, a little bit like you get from Shein or those kinds of places. That kind of, like you get a wig in with a Ziploc bag, the kind of frosted one. They came in those. Did they? Did they come in a Ziploc bag? Or was it a zip? It was some form of Ziploc bag. I remember that much. But there was no, although there was a label, I can't remember seeing, they may have done, it may just be me, but I don't remember seeing washing instructions. So I contacted them and said, I'm going to wash them on 30 degrees. That's fine. Can I put them in the tumble dryer? And they did suggest not. So every time I've worn them, all I've done is just pop them on the radiator, and literally within 10-15 minutes they're dry. So they're not a cumbersome item, even if you have to air dry them. Like I said, for plus size, if you do have big thighs, if you're not necessarily plus size but just have thick thighs and you work out or whatever, and you find that you struggle to get something that would stay up, I mean, you don't have to have massive thighs to wear these socks. I mean, obviously they are not made for particularly skinny people. I mean, that's my hand width. You know, they're not made for skinny people. They are a plus size branding. But I would say if you're just somebody who is, you know, a UK average, maybe 14, 16, maybe an 18, but you go to the gym a lot and you find that doing squats you've got bigger thighs and you'd love a pair of thigh-high socks but can't find anything, this is the company you want to go and see. Their shipping is very quick. Like I said, it was 3 weeks to get them here from the day I purchased. They do go out of stock quite quickly, especially their plain black ones. But they do restock quite quickly, and if they're not in stock and you contact them, they will tell you when they are next available. I'm really pleased, really, really pleased. They have changed my comfort clothing at home, where I'm not having to worry about tight leggings on my ankles if my legs are having a bad day and want to swell up. I can just pop these on and I stay quite cosy with them. I can put them on under tracksuit bottoms, I can put them on under pyjama bottoms, I can put them on and wear a pair of pyjama shorts and just bum around the house. In fact, one of my favourite outfits over the last few weeks has been a pair of pyjama shorts with my big socks and a big baggy jumper, and just that's it. I'm quite cosy for the rest of the day. Curl up with the kitty bubbles and watch films. Yeah, curl up with you guys. So I will stop waffling now. I'll pop all their details down below. Please go and check them out if you are interested in thigh-high socks and you have been struggling with conventional sizing, especially the fact that they don't have that ribbed band around the top. They are literally stretchy toe to top. They are quite long. I'm like I said, 5'7", and they are almost full leg length on me, and that's with the stretch. So yeah, really, really pleased with them. We'll be buying some more. Maybe not for a couple of months, but I will be buying some more. Maybe see what other colours they come out with. Might quite fancy a dark grey, maybe. But yeah, they were lovely. And like I said, another small business, just owned by two people who were fed up of not being able to find what they wanted in the size they wanted, so they made their own. I mean, how brilliant is that? And everyone I've spoken to that knows of them thinks they're a great company as well. So I'm going to leave it there. I have waffled enough. Please go and check out Thunda Thighs. They are on Instagram. They are on Facebook. Give them a bit of love. And as you go about your day, as always, just do you.